While you're walking around downtown Boston, it's hard to miss the Trinity Tower broadcast. You can call it up on the radio on your Pip-Boy.
Help, or Mayday, or whatever it is one says on a radio. My name is Rex Goodman. I'm being held prisoner on the top of Trinity Tower. I think the super mutants plan on eating me soon. I'm setting this to repeat. Oh, shit! Gotta sign off. One of the super mutants is coming!
Sounds like a perfect job for the sole survivor. But first, where did Rex come from? And how did he get to Trinity Tower? To find out, we've got to travel to the WRVR radio broadcast station. You can find the station to the southwest of Diamond City. It's really close to Egret Tours Marina. The station itself looks like a little run-down bunker. The WRVR sign on top of it should look fairly familiar to you if you're a fan of Weird Al Yankovic. The lettering is modeled after the lettering for UHF. In that movie, Yankovic was in charge of a UHF television station. And in this game, the WRVR is an underdog radio station. You can see the similarity. Inside, we find George Cooper and Anne Hargraves. The WRVR broadcast station comes up with their own plays, kind of like how Yankovic's UHF came up with its own ridiculous TV shows. The male voice actor for the radio plays is George Cooper.
What do you want me to do about it? Those super mutants would kill me in seconds. Rex got himself into this mess. He'll have to figure out how to get out of it. Rex sounds like he's gotten himself into trouble again.
You never know. He might make it out.
I suppose. The old fool does have a penchant for getting into and out of trouble.
Yes, he's in quite a pickle.
Is that some kind of pun about super mutants being green? I appreciate the attempt at levity, but my mood is quite dour, what with Rex being in the hands of those brutes.
He'll be dinner soon.
How can you say something like that? It is fortunate for you that I am not a man of temper, or else I would set upon you right here and now.
He constantly talks in a theatrical style, and he's actually really hilarious. Every now and then he'll do vocal exercises, which are just ridiculous.
She sells seashells by the seashore. Looks like you could eat off the floor and just never get any easier. I should do some vocal warm-ups.
Anne Hargraves does all of the female characters for the radio plays.
I'm worried about Rex. Those super mutants are so brutal.
I'm sure he can handle himself.
Rex. How would you know? You've never met him. He's well-intentioned, but he's a fool. A great, grand fool.
Forget him. He'll be dead soon.
That's a cold thing to say. Rex is my friend and mentor. I'm not going to wash my hands of him just like that.
You don't know how this will turn out?
I can only hope and pray that he somehow makes it out of this alive.
What do you do here?
I used to make the costumes for our plays, back when we still put on live shows. But that became too dangerous. So now I'm just one of the actors in Rex's radio plays.
Rex was the man on the Trinity Tower broadcast. He is their co-worker and Anne's mentor. Both George and Anne request that you rescue him from the tower.
What would you have me do?
Why, mount a rescue, of course. Gather together what men you can and storm their lair. I should think 30 or 40 should do.
I suppose you want me to go help him.
Oh, I thank you for offering. I'm ever so grateful.
Don't forget to get the Live and Love issue number 3 magazine, which is on the table in the middle of the room. This magazine grants plus 10 carry weight for all companions. Despite supposedly being a working radio station, you don't actually find a broadcast in the game for the WRVR. Perhaps this can be explained by the Notice to WRVR note that we find on a nearby table. In the note, we learned that before the bombs dropped, the military had installed a bunch of nearby relay towers that are operating on the same signal that the WRVR station is operating on. You find those relay towers that are mentioned in this note all over the place, and you can even interact with them. Perhaps you never find a signal from WRVR because the signal is being consumed by the military relay towers. Indeed, if you go on top of the roof of WRVR, you see their radio antenna does not have any of the dishes deployed, and there's no option for you to do so here. Maybe the sad irony of this radio station is that despite the hard work from George, Anne, and Rex, no one can ever listen to their plays because the dishes are not deployed, and the nearby relay towers get in the way. That would be sad. Back at Trinity Tower, it's time to rescue Rex. The place is infested with super mutants.
Another human come to rescue Rex! He is weak! Kill him!
The tower is also quite destroyed. You can only climb the stairs so high. However, there is a working elevator. Taking the elevator takes you up to about the mid-range of the tower.
You only kill the weakest of us! It only makes us stronger! If they cannot kill one puny human, they are less than nothing!
In one of the elevator shafts, you find a broken elevator that has a hatch open. You can jump on down to a floor that you otherwise would not have access to. There are a few safes and some great ammo to loot down here, but that's about it. Fighting through super mutants brings you to the very top where you find Fist, the leader of the super mutants here at Trinity Tower. Fist is the super mutant who's been shouting at you through the PA system as you explored the building. Near Fist's body is a chest with a key. Near to Fist is a cage. Inside the cage, we finally find Rex.
Oh, beneficent Bard! A rescuer! You are the first to actually make it to the cage. I think the super mutants killed and ate the others. Quickly get us out of here!
More of my brothers will be here soon. They know a human is attacking the tower.
Dude, no way. There is a super mutant in there with you.
He's on our side. He's a prisoner too. Let us out! I promise he won't try to kill you.
The super mutant too?
Yes, him too. Oh, he's harmless. Well, actually, he's far from harmless, but he won't hurt us. Trust me.
Strong will not hurt human if human rescues Strong and Rex.
See?
Why is the super mutant caged?
He defied his leader by standing up for me. See, I've given him a new purpose in life. I came here to teach these poor, ignorant creatures culture. I started with Macbeth. I guess they found it funny. All of them except Strong here.
Strong learned secret to human power from Macbeth. Milk of human kindness. Strong will find milk. Strong will drink milk. Strong will have secret power of humans.
Yes, of course he will. When they grew tired of taunting me, they threw me in this cage. Little did they know, there was a radio in here.
They know. You bait to catch more humans.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
Strong thought you know.
See what I have to work with? I've promised Strong to help him find the milk of human kindness if we get out of here.
What are the super mutants gonna do with Strong?
Throw him off the building. They're taking bets on how many times he'll bounce.
Strong thinks that the milk of human kindness is some sort of magical potion that gives humans their power. Rex is, of course, dismissive of this opinion because he understands that the milk of human kindness is actually a quote from Shakespeare's play, Macbeth. In that play, Macbeth is a Thane of Scotland and a mighty warrior. After hearing a prediction that he will become king from 3 witches, his wife convinces him to murder the existing king, King Duncan, so that he can take over rulership of Scotland. When Macbeth shows hesitation at the idea of killing King Duncan, his wife scolds him, questioning his masculinity, saying that he has too much of the, quote, milk of human kindness. So the phrase doesn't actually refer to any magical potion in the game. Sorry to disappoint you, Strong. It's just an expression used to refer to somebody who exhibits the basic qualities of human kindness. It's interesting that Shakespeare refers to this kindness as milk, because milk is often seen as a fortifying beverage. You drink milk to become stronger, to get stronger bones, to become healthier. Lady Macbeth referred to the milk as maybe something immature, like drinking baby's milk. She used it as a way to shame her husband. But perhaps Shakespeare was trying to tell us that kindness actually makes humanity stronger. I'm sure this realization would disappoint our good Strong, who clearly sees violence and might as the only strength. Perhaps that's why Rex was dismissive and hasn't explained the analogy very well to our good super mutant here. When you unlock the cage, Strong storms out and attacks the super mutants that come up the stairs to kill you. Follow him down, but before you do, make sure you go in the cage to loot the melee bobblehead, which increases critical damage from melee weapons by 25%. There's also an excerpt from Macbeth lying on the table. This excerpt is a scene later in the play after Macbeth has killed the King of Scotland and killed a bunch of other people, including some of his closest friends, to maintain his rule. Despite shaming her husband for being weak and being the one to encourage him to kill the king to begin with, the murders have haunted Macbeth's wife, to the point where she sleepwalks at night, mutters to herself, and tries to wash invisible blood out of her clothing. This is the scene we see depicted in this script. She's trying to wash the blood off of her clothing. The murders have clearly stained her conscience. Following Strong brings you to a window washer elevator on the side of the building. As you follow it down, you get attacked by other super mutants that have stormed the building to seek revenge for their brothers. You have to switch elevators halfway through the building to get to the bottom. Once at the bottom, Rex thanks you for rescuing him, and then he departs to head back to the WRVR broadcasting station.
Many thanks for that timely rescue.
What were you doing up there?
I was attempting to teach those super mutants human culture, trying to civilize them. I thought if they could just experience the majesty of Shakespeare, it would change them forever. And who better to open their eyes to the wonders of the bard than Rex Goodman, the foremost actor in the world today? Yes, well, in any event, I'm quite grateful. I'd like you to have this. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think it's time I left this awful place. I'm returning to WRVR and resuming my career in radio.
If you're a man, you get Reginald's suit. If you're a female, you get Agatha's dress. Both items are unique in that they grant you +3 charisma. It's one of the items in the game that gives you the most charisma, and it's great at low levels for passing high charisma checks. Strong becomes available as a companion. He thinks that you're going to help him find the milk of human kindness.
I'll honor my promise.
Good. Strong travel with human. Human helps Strong find milk of human kindness. Strong learns secret of humans.
You have the potential to be an excellent bodyguard, Strong. I just hope you understand your responsibilities.
Strong protect by crushing enemies.
If you choose not to team up with Strong yet, you can always come back to Trinity Tower, where he will wait for you. If you choose to run with Strong as a companion, make sure to go back through Trinity Tower and loot all of the super mutant armor that you find in the tower. Strong can't wear other clothing and armors from the game. He can only wear super mutant armor. Since heavy super mutant armor does appear in this tower, it's a great opportunity to get him some good gear. Once done, you can head back to the WRVR station to speak with George, Anne, and Rex.
Oh, it was quite a feat to rescue Rex from those super mutants.
Rex was a fool. Should have left him to die there.
Rex is Rex. This isn't the first time we've had to save him from himself. We'll try to keep him safe from now on.
WRVR is our pride and joy. We need something new. Our audience is getting bored of the same play over and over.
It is a pleasure to see you again. I can't thank you enough for saving my life.
And that's about it. Nothing really interesting happens here at WRVR. You can't unlock their radio broadcast, and Rex really doesn't have anything else to say to you. Anne, however, is interesting. She tells you that she does voice acting now, but that she used to be a seamstress. After hearing this, you have an option to recruit her as a settler to one of your settlements.
I could use a seamstress. Would you come work for me?
That does sound interesting. Okay, I'll do it. I think I'll enjoy making clothing again.
Once in your settlement, make sure that you assign her to a Tier 3 clothing stall. If you do, her inventory actually becomes a Tier 4 clothing merchant, where she sells some rare clothing items in the game. She even sells clothing items like the Colonial Duster, which previously only Preston Garvey had on his inventory. As for the milk of human kindness, you never have the opportunity to tell Strong that it's not a real potion. It doesn't really exist. It's just a reference to an old play that itself is a philosophical statement on how kindness is the true strength of man. But leave it to modders to pick up where Bethesda left things. There's a wonderful mod by M150 called Super Mutant Milk Armor, which re-envisions the milk of human kindness as a wonderful new suit of armor for our very good Strong. He basically took the milk machines that you find in the game, chopped them up, and turned the pieces into a suit of armor for super mutants. So, if you're itching to find the milk of human kindness with your best friend Strong, this mod may be your answer. This mod is available on both the PC and the Xbox One, and I include links to the mod in the description of this video. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the full story of the milk of human kindness in Fallout 4. What did you think of this little side quest? Did you enjoy it, or did you think Bethesda could have expanded on the milk of human kindness a little bit more? What's your opinion of Strong? Is he more annoying than he is interesting? I, for one, think he's a very interesting companion, but I wish Bethesda would have fleshed out his character a little more. I read all of the comments you leave on my videos, so please leave a comment below. I use them as inspiration for content for my future videos. I produce a new video every single day of the week, so tune in tomorrow morning to see what I publish next. If you like what I do and you want to support me in a more personal way, consider becoming one of my patrons on Patreon. Patreon subscribers gain access to my private Discord server, as well as a bunch of other cool Oxhorn perks. But more than anything, ladies and gentlemen, I am just so glad that you're here watching. Thanks so very much for watching from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, with a brand new video.